And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to Ewana Uhuhu Spike 3, the final game in the trilogy, and apparently the hardest one by a lot. Though I'm not sure if saying by a lot is an exaggeration, but it does seem like it won't be as easy and fast as the previous two. I will expect this game will probably take 2 streams. Maybe. Or it even has difficulty selection. That's unexpected. I'm obviously going for medium. I'm not a masochist. Wonder what the medley is gonna be about. Hey Kyle, how is it going? It's like I kinda recognize this song, but at the same time I don't. I can't tell. Yeah, I don't know. For now I will have to wait for something I recognize, because so far I do not. Also, I just realized that this one has Woo's checkpoints. Interesting. Well, better that way. Okay, it's Idol Master like the previous one. Like the first one. Why are you like that? Wait, was that a... what? Wait, why will you go left here? Isn't it just easier to go up? Because I mean, that hardest jump to get to the warp will be there regardless of what you do. But maybe it's not that hard. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I don't see why you will go to the left. Well, I'm assuming without this Woo's checkpoint, maybe it's better. I guess. But I don't even know if that will be the case. Seems that the checkpoint on the left is completely worthless. Because it's not like there is any switch that is gonna make the spikes on top disappear. Well, or at least if there is a switch, it's invisible. So yeah. I don't think that will be the case. I got distracted because of those sparks. Like, because of those sparks I thought I had gotten killed. That's gonna be a problem. Those spikes can be very distracting. This smells like another... oh, never mind, no. No, you wouldn't be able to skip this one. There are a lot of spikes around. But yeah. I don't know what's the idea of putting 2 Idol Master medleys. Would have done something different. Also, hey Blue and Colo, how are you doing? Also, I really like the instrument that is used in the medley. A little bit hard to listen to, I will say. A little bit. It's a little unoriginal, especially when you, like on the second one you use a Vocaloid medley, so you can just do something else. I don't know, a Toho medley, or maybe a Love Live medley. I don't know. It's boring and you have to go play football. Well, the only thing I can say to you is get fucked. That's what you get for playing football. But yeah, have fun. Unbelievable. But yeah. That seems like something I will never do. Ah, that was very close. But yeah. You do you. Also, what I did play football. Well, I did, but I don't now. You know? I mean, I remember I did play football when I was very little. And I'm pretty sure I didn't go if it rained or whatever. I do remember that. Yeah. It was something. I guess that was useful to let me know I didn't like football. Because you know what? That when you are a kid, you don't know. You don't really know what you like. You don't really know what there is out there. I try football, but no, I don't like it. But that applies to any contact sport, really. I'm still little. You wish. Also, this is Vampire Girl, the song. Pretty nice song. Your ears are bleeding. Yeah, I don't know why he decided to use this instrument. A little bit of it's a weird choice. I mean, obviously it's not like the fan game creator is the one that made the song, but it's weird that he chose it. You know? A little bit weird. And again, it's weird even if the instrument wasn't shit, because again, there was already an Idol Master medley on the first one, so it just feels very unoriginal. But yeah, we get it, you like Idol Master. You know? You didn't need 2 games to tell us that. That with one we already got the idea. Whatever. Nice. I can already see that this game is gonna be hard. Game is not gonna be easy at all. Because I think this is only the second screen, right? You know, I'm already struggling. It's gonna be great. But yeah. In any case, what do you think about the beautiful image that I told you to look up, Bloom? Very good image, isn't it? Very lore accurate as well. That's the good thing. There are a lot of fan-made What? No. I'm sharing illustrations of Genshin quests. Genshin has a lot of secondary quests, and there are some artists that that draw those secondary quests. Surprisingly, because I mean, you will expect the secondary quests to be very unpopular, and I guess they are. But seeing an artist actually draw something from a secondary quest is pretty impressive. I basically just wanted to share the achievement with Blue. Yeah, exactly. The facial expression is very well done. It captures the essence of the quest very well. The emotions of the quests. Speaking of emotions, what the fuck is this champ? This is an Align specific champ for sure. So what is the right Align here? I think I will need a little bit of help. Because I've been told this game has a lot of Align champs, but I have no idea what the right Align is here. So are you there, Yami? Can you tell me what Align this is? I will assume I don't need to do the plain champ on the right. I will assume it's not a plain champ. It will be weird. Align these. Also, speaking of secondary quests, I also been doing a lot of more secondary quests from Genshin, and I'm completing the Fontaine map a lot. To the point that I reach 100% in one of the new areas. I need to reach 100 in the other area. I'm going for those primos. Definitely going for them. I think that this is a pro champ. This is a champ from a pro. But I'm no pro. That's a problem. We're grinding, but I wouldn't really call it grinding because I like Fontaine. Like, I like navigating Fontaine, you know? So I wouldn't call it grinding. Grinding will be if I wanted to do Sumeru's secondary quest. If I did that, that would be grinding because I hate them. But yeah. I don't know if I will... Oh. Alright, we are back. There you go. I don't know what happened there, but whatever. But yeah, the point is that it's only grinding if I do something I don't like. Otherwise, it's just playing the game normally. See, grinding, for example, is this champ. So I don't like this champ. I mean, I don't even know how to do it in the first place. And what's even worse is that there is a champ after this. At least there is a worse checkpoint, god damn. I need the knowledge of a fun game player here. Because this doesn't seem to be working at all. Like, you can kinda jump over the spike, but you cannot line it up properly to the right. A little bit weird. I don't think jumping from here will be better, right? I mean, it's a plain jump. A plain jump is never the better option. It really makes me wonder. Well, I don't even know if I can land on... Okay, I can. No, that's definitely not better. Like, even if I could somehow do the plain jump, there is this shit up here, which is the same as this one, funnily enough. I really have no clue. I mean, I've been told that this was the case, but I didn't expect it to be so soon. Like, I expected this to happen in like one of the last sprints, but no. Happens right at the beginning. But yeah. I don't even know what champ this is supposed to be, in the sense of how do you even identify this champ? I don't even know what name it has. It's not a... It looks like a corner champ, but it's not really a corner champ. Maybe it's a variant of the corner champ. It looks weird, that's what I know. I don't know. But yeah. Hey, do we know if Genshin's version 4.3 is gonna have a new area? I think it will, right? I'm not sure how big Fontaine is gonna be, but seems that it will shape up to be very big. Right? For some reason... I don't know, for some reason my internet is dying. No, it's not your internet, Blue, is my internet. Don't worry about it. Before you say it, it's my internet that is going down. I don't know why. It wants to. There is a new artifact domain. Well, that doesn't necessarily imply that it's a... Oh, what the hell, I got it. I wasn't even paying attention. Nice. Whew. Damn, I can't believe it. I actually got it. No, Blue, is not your internet. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that since I dropped some frames, what I'm saying right now is gonna appear a little bit later for you. But yeah, choose F5 to get up to speed. Yeah, it is nice champ, thanks. Yeah. Thankfully I did the champ when my internet was working. Because if I did the champ and you wouldn't see it, that would be fraud alert. Wait. Didn't this song loop already? I guess not. Yeah, cheat engine champ. If you feel like there is a lot of delay, F5. Well, I mean, you did say that your internet was working badly earlier before those frame drops happened. But yeah, just in case you just did that, nice. But yeah, it seems that both of our internets are not working well. Internet is bad today. Yeah, those kind of things happen. It sucks, but it is the way it is. You know, what can you do? But yeah. Also, you know that it's pretty interesting. If you didn't pick the medium difficulty, that checkpoint, you needed to do that hard jump every time you wanted to attempt the rest of the checkpoint. That's very fucked up. It is the way it is. Oh, I didn't even see that spike. You're going to get fire? Didn't you go to office? Why will you get fire? I thought you didn't work from home, right? Why will you get fire? Unless your internet on the office also works badly, but I mean, that's not your fault. That's their fault, right? So what is it? What's the issue? Not sure how to do this, Sham. I guess you can do something like that. Seems a little bit weird to do. I have to take homework every day. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but that's also your fault. If I stay at the office, they will have to pay me overtime. So wait, you're being abused, you know that? Well, I don't know how are the laws in the USA. I'm assuming they are garbage, like anything related to worker laws. But here, that's something that you can send them to court for something like that, you know? That's something that is illegal here. They can't just do that. But yeah, I'm assuming in the USA it's different. I mean, after all, it's the land of the freedom. Freedom to abuse people's rights, indeed. Well, sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know. Consider getting a better job. You know, but that's the thing. You just need to get a better job. That's not a good job. Well, obviously saying just is very easy, but yeah, you are being abused. I just want you to know that whatever you want to do with that information is your business. But yeah, you are indeed being abused. So if I were in your shoes, I would look for a new job. Or not take the homework. Pretty simple. This is not school anymore. Homework doesn't exist. You know? You either leave... Like, I will either leave the job or just tell them I won't do anything outside of work hours. No, see, but you don't understand. Once you get a job, going for job hunting is easier. You know? That's the thing. Job hunting tends to be very hard when you don't have any prior experience. But it's not that hard when you already have something on you. You know? That's the idea. Regardless, the solution here is obviously not taking homework. Like, come on, dude. This is not school. Homework doesn't exist. No, I'm not a senior dev. You're wrong on that. I mean, I entered the company being... How did I die there? What the hell was that there? I didn't go that much to the left. It was bullshit. I don't know why that happened. That's a shame though, because that last jump looks free. I was about to say, I entered the company being someone with no work experience, dude. And not a single time I stayed or have done anything in my house. You know? So yeah. It's a matter of attitude, not of experience. It's about that. Nice. Not even the first 6 months? No. I worked the 8, well, at the beginning there were 8 hours. Now I'm working 6, but the point is that when I enter, I basically went at 9 a.m. until 1 p.m., which is when I had the lunch time. And then on 14 p.m. I resumed work until 18 p.m. And then I went home. That's what I did. Nothing more, nothing less. I never did anything outside of work hours. I guess I was supposed to fall from the top. I guess I was supposed to do that. Oops. Unless there is something below, but I don't think there is. Feeling less pressure nowadays, like before I was scared to take bathroom breaks. I mean... No, see, that's... Well, I fucked up again. Very good. No, that's the thing. It's not about... Like, it is about being responsible. I also was very worried a lot of times of doing my job properly and trying to take the least amount of time off from work during work hours. But as soon as I'm out of work, nothing is my problem. Nothing that happens on the work is my problem. That's the point. You are paying me for 8 hours, I will work 8 hours. Not more. Also not less. Keep in mind, I won't work more than that. And that was the same on day 1 as it is now on day whatever it is. But you also gotta understand, well, I mean, now it's 6 hours, but you get the point. The point is that it's a matter of attitude, like, what do you do when there's nothing to do? I look at the computer. If you mean back when I was on the office, I would just ask for something to do, and they will give me something even if it was nothing important, right? Nowadays, I just wait until someone tells me something. Like if there's nothing to do, nothing pending, or you have to wait for someone's answer, I do nothing. I obviously am in the computer, so if anyone tells me anything, I know immediately if that's the case. But yeah, that's what I do. You know? But regardless, my point is that it's all a matter of attitude. You need to understand that when someone shows us being overly nice, they are gonna take advantage of you. That always happens, not just in work but anywhere in life. People are gonna try taking advantage of your goodwill. I mean, it's not like they have anything to lose. So especially in something that is related to work, that work is something relatively objective, right? Like, it's pretty simple. I'm in work hours, I'll work. I'm not in work hours, I'm not gonna work. Even if you ask me for a favor, I don't give a shit about you. I'm not your friend, you know? You are my coworker. So, or my boss, because I mean the person that gives you things to do tends to be your boss. You're my boss, you're not my friend. If you ask me for a favor, I won't do it, because I'm not your friend. So it's as simple as that. It's a matter of having that attitude, because if you don't have that attitude, people are gonna take advantage of you. When a shark smells blood, they get hungry. Is what I'm trying to say. So you're basically letting them smell your blood, and they are eating very good. You don't have to let that happen. I will say you already let that happen, but I don't know. As I said, it's a matter of attitude. Nothing more, nothing less. Stop caring after the year-end review. I mean, you do you. You're the leader of your own life. I'm just saying that if I was in your shoes, I would do either saying no to their homework, or if they somehow force me to do it, which they cannot do anyways, because it's not like it's something physical, but if like that somehow affects my performance or whatever, I will go somewhere else. Because if you are not good, I mean your company. If your company is not good at handling time and resources, it's not my fault. Or well, in this case, it's not your fault, it's their fault. So if the work that needs to be done cannot be done because everyone is useless or because someone didn't calculate the times right, that's your fault. Again, you're as the company. What? It's like I'm hearing new songs every time. But maybe I wasn't paying attention earlier. It could be. Because I mean, it did loop, because I heard Kirame Kirari and Vampire Girl, so it did loop at some point. Yeah, but no, you don't understand. Like, the problem is that your standards are low. This is not Chad energy, this is common sense. You know? Because it's not like we're talking about, like, I don't know, intimate relationships where a lot of things are subjective and a lot of things depend from person to person, and obviously what's exactly your relationship with them. We're talking about work relationships, or well, not relationships even, like just work ethics. Like that's something that is as simple as an objective thing. You have work, you do it on work hours, not outside of them. It's as simple as that. Not about being a Chad or not, it's about common sense. Virgin energy? No, I'm saying that you are being submissive to people that don't deserve it. That's what I'm saying. Because at least if you were talking about, I don't know, like your girlfriend is giving you work or whatever, work as in it's making you stress or something, well, that's something that I cannot say anything about because you know how your relationship is. But here it's something that is universal. Like, don't be submissive to someone that is not part of your life. Part of your life in the sense of it's not your friend or your significant other or your family. Just someone that is a co-worker. So they don't deserve any type of submissiveness, or however you say it. They just deserve, you know, that you do your job. Well, obviously, if one of them also becomes your friend, it's a different story. But the point is that here we are strictly talking about a professional relationship. And a professional relationship doesn't deserve a special treatment at all. Is it easier to do this corner jump? I don't think it is. It's not like this champ down here is any better. Well, I guess it is better, but not that much better. Actually, I have my doubts if it's even better. I feel like it's better to somehow ace this. Wait, cannot I just jump here? What am I doing? I can't just jump here. Rather than asking what am I doing, is what was the creator doing? Why would I even go down? What's the point? Give me advice in intimate relationships. See, that's something that I cannot give you. You submitted your worldly possessions to her. Are you talking about Noel? Well, yeah. Tough luck. The game music a little loud. I mean, it is. According to OBS, it's whatever. It's just that the music itself is loud because it's music that is not calm and uses loud instruments. But it's technically not loud in terms of sound balance, or stream sound balance, I mean. You know? Yeah, Noel. I mean, I can see what you mean that it is loud. Just that I think that rather than it's loud is that it's annoying. If the instruments weren't so shitty, it wouldn't be a problem, but fortunately the instruments are not the best, that's for sure. Have ASMR voice? I wouldn't say that. I mean, I could put the microphone closer. I don't know. Something like this. I don't know if that's gonna be better. But yeah. And sometimes it's hard to tell exactly where the microphone ends up being. Like sometimes I put it closer, sometimes I put it further. It's hard to tell. Probably better. I can imagine. Sound balance is hard. It's the one thing that I have to worry about every stream. Unless it's a game that I already played. But yeah, it's hard to measure it. Because every game has its own balance. Every game likes to be louder or more quiet. And it's something that you won't know until you play the sounds and you look at OBS. That's the issue. So yeah, very annoying, but it is the way it is. But yeah, it's whatever. Also, something that I probably should say is that this game seems to be the most guilty of checkpoint balance of the 3 games so far. The checkpoint balance in this game is absolute dog shit. And it's a little bit weird because, as I say before, that's a problem that this creator has, okay? Like, that's nothing new. This creator doesn't know how to balance checkpoints. But I mean, even the previous 2 games had better balance than this one. It's like this guy gets worse the more he makes fun games. Pretty interesting. It's fine. This guy also has a very funny readme, by the way. I want to read it because I found it very funny. So it says rule. Like, I'm gonna spell literally how it's spelled here in the readme. Don't use backgrounds and sprites and sound of this game. It is a ban. If when it was found, I private upload my fan game by friend only. Yep. You should have let it in Japanese, you know. Would have been easier to use a translator. But it's okay. At least the intention is there. I really wonder why it means by if you use backgrounds it's ban. Ban from where? Like, it's ban? Are you gonna ban me on what platform? I don't think Twitch is gonna care. There are multiple medleys like the Camellia games that get away with that somehow. Or maybe they are friends with the creator, I don't know. How is it going, Wasabi? But yeah, I don't know what it means. Like, is there a platform that you could get banned from that he's talking about that I'm not aware of, or what? Holy shit, this checkpoint is garbage. This checkpoint is hot garbage. That's saying something considering some of the previous checkpoints. But yeah, as I say before, this guy does not know how to balance checkpoints. He is completely oblivious to balance of checkpoints. So yeah, it is to be expected. I mean, it's fucked up because, like, would it have hurt you to put a checkpoint here? Because compared to some of the previous checkpoints, you had checkpoints for 1 or 2 jumps. But this one that has like 3 hard jumps, or 4 even, nah, let's not do it. Very nice of you to do that. But yeah, it happens. Also, I think that the permanence games might have used these spikes, but I don't really remember what spikes they used. Maybe they were the ones on the previous game, I don't know. Okay, this jump looks horrible. Like, no matter how you look at this jump, it looks like absolute shit. Like, it's really bad. I mean, not much worse than this one. The difference is that this one is the first one. Well, first and second, because you need to do both jumps, but... Yeah, at least so far the difficulty score is very accurate. The difficulty score is indeed what it should be. I'm not sure if the quality rating is the one it should be. But it's okay. But you know, as I say, this game is most likely gonna take multiple streams to beat. So when I say multiple, I expect it to be 2 of them. If it's more than 2, that will be an issue. If it's more than 2, we will be in trouble. But you never know. I will assume that the length related to the amount of screens is probably very similar to the previous 2 games. It's just that the difficulty density is definitely higher in this one. That seems pretty clear. I also have no idea how to do this champ properly. At all. Like, I got it a couple times, but I don't know how I got it a couple times. It just feels like one of those random champs. It's a champ that just has RNG. Okay, that might work. Delaying the second champ a little bit and doing it full. I mean, the second champ being a full champ seems to be the right idea. Yeah, that is the right idea. So you have to delay it a little bit. Just that you have to champ very close to the spike. I guess I can do it more consistently now. Okay. It's something. Yeah, the problem is still dealing with the rest of the checkpoint, of course. That part sucks no matter what. I guess the takeaway from this is never trust Idol Master fans. Maybe this is the lesson we can learn from this creator. Nice. At least that checkpoint is done. But yeah. I think that it's a valuable lesson. I'm just kidding. But then again, I don't know of any Idol Master fan. I'm assuming they are all in Japan. I mean, there is probably a lot not from Japan, but I don't know. Maybe not. Anything is possible. So, how do I do this champ? I'm pretty sure I'm not intended to double champ inside of the spikes. I'm supposed to... This also seems a line specific, isn't it? Is this champ a line specific? It definitely looks like it. I don't know though. Hard to tell. I mean, it's hard to tell because it's one of those champs that it's even hard to visualize. So on the right side, it's the last champ of the checkpoint. In the sense that there are no other champs after it. Still a little bit painful. Because here, you should... I don't think you can double champ inside of that. Like it feels like there is no way that the height of your double jump can somehow be low enough to not hit the top spikes. I don't think there's any way. I don't know. Hey Drano, how is it going? Yeah, this game is a little bit hard though. Like, see, for example, I have no idea how to do this jump. I don't know if it's a line specific or what. To me, it seems like you need to get the double jump to jump over all of the spikes, but I don't know how. Came home from a Sinterklaas party. Well, I have no idea what that is, but nice. Nice as long as that's something good. Maybe now you're gonna tell me that Sinterklaas means funeral in Dutch. Wouldn't be a particularly good thing, I will say. Oh my way? What oh my way? Good for you or sorry that happened. Yeah, I know it's a Dutch thing, of course. What else will it be? I am aware. I am indeed aware. But I don't know what it is. There are no emotes like that here, Blue. Whose emotes don't exist. It's a kid celebration day where an old man gives stuff to kids. Well, I'm assuming it's like the children day. That children get gifts. Just for being kids, right? Help with work to do some stuff, then after went out with some people. Nice. You see emotes everywhere. Yeah, I agree with Drayno's statement. So hey, can someone tell me how to do this jump? Like, it has to be on a double jump, but how? It looks so impossible. It doesn't feel like a single jump can go through all of this. Jump, very useful. I have no clue. Seems like we're gonna be stuck here for a long time. That's fine. I expected this. But yeah, I could play Genshin at the same time. Actually, Genshin is not a game that you can play at the same time. Unless you're playing the shitty ass card game, which I won't. Okay. Oh, fuck me. I could play chess at the same time. And that doesn't seem like a very good idea either. Alt Simulator. Yeah. That's what that card game is. It is indeed. Well, not like chess is much different, you know. Chess is one of the saltiest games on earth. It's fun when you win, that is true. I mean, I think that applies to every single competitive game in existence. Winning is pretty fun. Yeah. It's all about how shitty it is losing. Yeah, never lose. Alright, I think I will need to watch a video on how to do a mini double diamond champ, because quite honestly, I don't see myself doing this. Like, I don't understand the champ. And differently from the other ones that I could more or less luck out, this one doesn't even look close. I have a feeling, like as I say, it might even be a line specific for all I know. I don't even know if mini double diamond champ is even a thing. It might be. I don't know. It's that I don't think that googling I wanna be the guy champ types is gonna yield too many results, you know. I don't think it works that way. In a while, so I do know. Yeah, I mean, the most sensical thing to do here will be watching a video of this game. I don't want to do that yet. I want to keep trying a little bit on my own, but it does seem like the kind of shit that I cannot figure out on my own. And the reviews say that the game had a lot of this type of champs that were impossible to do without like a very specific strat that sometimes, as I said, require an aligned specific champ. Will lose access to chat, but I will be here in spirit. Alright. Yeah, that's what matters. Don't worry about the rest. Are too lazy to log into Twitch? Yeah, don't worry about it. We can talk shit about Blue now. I mean, I'm pretty sure he can still read the chat, even if he's not logged in, you know? Pretty sure that wouldn't be a problem. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. So yeah. I guess I could put myself a limit for this champ. Like, if I don't get it on the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna look up a video of the game. Yeah, it's Cume Vampire Girl. You like hamburger? Hey, that's great for you, Yami. How is it going? But yeah, very nice. I do think that my strategy of double jumping from afar is not gonna work. But if that doesn't work, then what? Because I don't think I can double jump inside of the double diamond and somehow get further. The classic funny save. I don't know if it is classic, but yeah, it seems to be a problem. How is it going, coffins? Yeah, I have no idea how to do this jump. Good luck, thanks, but what's the strategy? Because I'm assuming there is a strategy, even if the strategy is hard. Like, I want confirmation on how to do it. So that way I can at least attempt it, even if it will take a while. You need to double jump inside the spikes, really? Wait, so you're saying that it's impossible to go over the spikes on a single jump? Is it really impossible? Alright, well, at least if you say that's the case, then at least I know what to try now. Alright, thank you. Because even if that's hard, I can at least do that. I don't know if it's impossible, I could try it in sheet tool. No, don't worry about it. I mean, if you say that it's jumping inside, then I'm assuming that even if the other strategy is not impossible, I will assume it's not preferable. So yeah, don't worry about it. Thank you. I will try jumping inside then. It's the song. Oh yeah, the song. Yeah, there is an Idol Master song called I Like Hamburger, where the I is supposed to be read as love, aside from I. And that is sung by a girl in a cowboy outfit. Yeah, I remember that song, just didn't recognize it. It's been a while since I even listened to it. I'm assuming that the double jump has to happen somehow between two spikes, right? It has to happen in between two spikes and then it has to work. The problem is that I'm not very good at doing extremely short jumps, and it's what you need to do right here. It's something like that, but it has to be extremely low and also very short. So, do you know if this is also align dependent, or if it's something that you can do with any align? Because I don't know, I mean, I am very ignorant about align stuff, so I don't know if having a specific align will help here. Especially since these are mini spikes. I don't know. I mean, it seems that I have many aligns to pick from. I mean, I can pick all of them. If it was align specific, it wouldn't be a problem to get the align. The problem will be knowing the align. It's a little bit of an issue. A little bit. I can do it in one full jump, really? But wait, is that good news? Like, what is easier? Because, I mean, that's the problem. Regardless of what's possible or what's not possible, I mean, well, knowing that something is not possible is very useful, but the question is, what's easier? I guess that will depend from person to person, but I don't know. See, like, a champ like that seems like it will work. It's just that I need to be slightly further. And again, I don't know if I need a specific align. Maybe with a specific align I could just make it to the other side without touching the last mini spike. What's easier entirely depends on whether you find cancels or low frame inputs easy. I mean, I'm very bad at inputting something for a very brief period of time. Like, super short champs are very hard for me to do. In that regard, I will assume the easiest strategy will be doing it in one full champ. Just that they both look as impossible to me, you know. Even if one of them is easier, it's like comparing what number is smaller, like 1 quadrillion or 1 quadrillion plus 1. Well, yeah, 1 quadrillion plus 1 is bigger, but does it matter? I don't know. I will keep trying the double champ, like the full double champ. But it will be very hard. I guess at least I'm glad that this champ, according to what you're saying, is universally agreed to be hard. It's not just me being shit. What I did to get the full champ was hug the block under the spike, champ straight up, fall down a bit, full champ and hold right. That save is a classic bitch, I see. Oh, wait, when you say full champ up and hold right, are you saying... Are you saying to hold right from the time you champ, or you say that stay a little bit and then go right? So it does seem like a little bit up and then go right. All in the same champ. Like the second champ has to do that. Basically hug the spike. And then the second champ. So you say champ straight up, fall down a bit, and then double champ. Something like that. Is that what I need to do? Just that I need to do it better. I mean, okay, exactly like that. Gotcha. Thank you. I will try to make it work somehow. But yeah, it's gonna be hard, no matter what, that's for sure. Yeah, I guess I need to steer. I need to move right faster. It is still a very hard champ. But yeah, that's fine. I mean, at least it's not a surprise, in the sense that I already knew that this game was gonna be way harder than the previous two, and that there were some champs that not only were as hard as this, but some of them are very align specific as well. So in that regard, I think that, you know, I think that at least the expectations were not betrayed. I was ready to get fucked, and I am indeed getting fucked. So yeah, it's at least something that I'm mentally prepared. But yeah, it's okay. I don't know if it was the greatest idea to play this today, because yesterday I played a game that was very hard and I couldn't beat. I mean, it wasn't a fun game, it was a shoot 'em up. But the point is that probably playing 2 hard games in a row is not the smartest idea, you know, for my brain. But yeah, that's fine. It happens. But yeah, it's insane. Yesterday's game was something else, dude. One of those games that just hard. Just hard and nothing more than that. It's a hard game. But yeah. Very, very hard. Speaking of shoot 'em up, there was a game I wanted to try, but I forgot the name. Well, I could help. Sorry, I could help you. I'm not. I mean, I'm not an encyclopedia of shoot 'em ups, but I know a couple. What are we talking about? We're talking about an arcade shoot 'em up. We are talking about a Doshin shoot 'em up. Are we talking about a classic one, a modern one? What is it? Perfect Danmaku Festival. It's like a spaceship bullet hell game with blue and red bullets. Ikaruga? Ikaruga seems yeah, Kael thought the same thing. Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah, easy money. I agree. That game is very hard though. Even with the gimmick being blocking bullets, that game is very hard. So if you are new to shoot 'em ups, I don't know if I will try it. But if you already have some experience, I guess it should be fine. Yeah, Mimuruga. It's a hard game. It looked really fun on video. Well, I have bad news for you. Shoot 'em ups, when it's being played by someone that is good, they look amazing. No, not just fun, they look incredible. Like I remember, like way back then, I looked at a video of Ketsui fighting against the true last boss. I mean, Ketsui is the name of the game. And it looked fantastic. It was like, damn, holy shit, that looks so good. I wanna do that. And then reality crushed me. That not only what the guy was doing was like one of a kind, like it was probably one of the best players in the world, but aside from that, just to get to that boss, you need to do a lot of stuff that is almost impossible to do for anyone that doesn't sink hundreds of hours into the game. Now, Ikaruga is different. Ikaruga is not as hard as a game like Ketsui, at least not in the easier difficulties. But it's a very hard game because it's a game that is just like many shoot 'em ups, about memorizing a lot. But the problem that Ikaruga adds is that it's not just memorizing bullets and enemy patterns, but also memorizing obstacles. In Ikaruga, you get killed if you hit a wall, and there are a lot of walls in the game. Walls and obstacles of all kinds. And the main gimmick, as you might have seen, is about blocking bullets, but sometimes the bullets are not even your biggest issue. And when the bullets are an issue, trust me that switching colors is not as easy as it looks. So I don't want to discourage you from playing it. But just like I was mentally prepared to this game fucking me up, I need to prepare you for that game to fuck you up. Like, play it, but just remember that game is hard. And yes, as Yami says, it's extremely reliant on memory. So you're probably gonna first go into the game, and you're most likely not even gonna get past the second level without continuing. And I'm not saying that because I'm telling that you're bad at games or whatever. It's a game that is very reliant on memory, and if you've never seen the game before, and by seen I mean played, it's something that is not easy to do at all. So my advice is play it, but be ready to get turbo fucked. And if you really want to beat it, get ready to spend a lot of time on it. Those are the things you should know. The shoot 'em up is not that hard. What's hard is not dying to the walls. You could say that. That sounds an awesome combination with my dogshit memory. I should give it a try. Well, there's something about shoot 'em ups. Shoot 'em ups are traditionally a genre about memorization. Most shoot 'em ups are about memorization. Ikaruga is just an infamous example of it, but regardless of where you go, like for example, the game that I mentioned before, Ketsui, if you want to fight against the true last boss, you need to memorize. And not the boss particularly, but the whole game to even unlock the true last boss. So shoot 'em ups are a genre of heavy memory. If you want to play a shoot 'em up that doesn't rely on memory, I mean, shoot 'em ups fan will kill me for suggesting this, but the thing is that shoot 'em up fans can suck my dick. You should try Touhou. If any shoot 'em up fan hears me saying that, they will want to search my address to murder me. But the thing is that Touhou is one of the few shoot 'em ups that doesn't require memory to beat. It requires being fast. There are some exceptions, but Touhou offers multiple difficulties, and the patterns are based on RNG more than they are based on memorization. So if you're new to shoot 'em ups and you don't want to memorize stuff, you need to play Touhou. Well, you don't need to. I suggest you to play Touhou. That being said, if you get used to Touhou, that's a terrible introduction for shoot 'em ups. Because most shoot 'em ups are not like Touhou at all. Like, basically, shoot 'em ups are a different thing from Touhou. There are some games heavily inspired by Touhou, like Lenin, Barrage Musical, what else? Well, tons of Steam games that you can probably find. I mean, Super Galaxy Squadron, which is also an indie game on Steam. A lot of those games, even though they have some inspiration from classic shoot 'em ups, they tend to have the RNG based slow bullet having shit that Touhou has. Because that's the best way to explain Touhou. Touhou is about slow bullets with heavy RNG, which means that the most important thing is to react. Yeah. I'm definitely from Rosario, yeah. Touhou never really caught my attention since it looks slow. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, in fact, Touhou, like, if you're looking for a hard shoot 'em up, Touhou is not a good idea. In fact, precisely the reason why I'm recommending you Touhou is because Touhou is among the easiest shoot 'em ups out there. It's a shoot 'em up that was made for casuals, like me. I mean, I'm not a shoot 'em up expert. I'm relatively decent at Touhou, but being good at Touhou doesn't really make you good at shoot 'em ups. So that's the thing. If you're going for hard stuff, my best recommendation will be, like, if you choose one hard stuff and that's it, Ketsui is the first thing that comes to my mind. If you choose one hard stuff, right? If you just want to get straight up fucked from the beginning without any introduction, Ketsui is a good way of doing it. Because I mean, Ketsui is a good game, it's not a bad game, but it's very hard. But I think that introducing someone to shoot 'em ups like that basically asks for quitting. I don't know, maybe you play them and you are like, damn, I really like this challenge, I really want to get good at it, I will keep playing. Maybe. But for what I know, most people will look at a game like Ketsui, will play a couple of hours, and after they are done rightfully getting fucked, because the game is hard, they will be like, nah, this is not for me. Not really about the difficulty, but I tend to get attached to more difficult games more. Like, all of my favorite games beat me down, but I learned to conquer the game. I have one recommendation that might be good for you. Well, not just for you, but for anyone that is interested in shoot 'em ups and hasn't really played any. I was out to mention Dodonpachi, but specifically Dodonpachi Resurrection, which is on Steam, by the way. The original name is Dodonpachi Daifukatsu, but that game is perfect for players of all types, because you have multiple objectives, essentially. You can go for the regular one coin clear, which is beating the first loop without continuing. That's a relatively decent challenge for someone that is new at shoot 'em ups, because it's not easy to do, but you can see the objective being completed, no, but I mean, like, you can see yourself getting close to completing it, so it gives you the motivation to keep going. And once you are done with the one coin clear, you have so many other achievements. You can go for the first secret final boss, which requires you to pick specific items and also play relatively well aside from one coin clearing. Though I think it only requires you to one coin clear and pick the secret items, but I don't remember right now. You could go for the true last boss, which is a lot harder and requires a lot more practice, but I mean, it's an objective as well. You could go for scoring, you could go for a lot of stuff. And it even has, the Steam version at least, it has a novice mode. So you can go for the very hard achievements like the true last boss, but since the patterns are easier, someone that is new can do them. Well, I did it, for example. And if I were to do the actual game, I will get demolished, but you can go little by little. Seems like an apeshit clusterfuck of a game, I love it. Yeah, the game is basically about giant anime robot girls. Which is pretty funny, but yeah. The game itself plays like a cave game because it's a cave game. Cave is the developer, right? But I think that game is a good introduction to shoot 'em ups. I personally think that it has everything you could ask for. It has a lot of difficulty options. It has a lot of challenges. It has practice mode. If you don't like that game, at least I think that you will more or less know what path to take. But if you do like that game, there are so many more games that you're gonna like. Because there are a shit ton of cave games. And aside from cave, you also have a lot of other games that are similar in terms of idea. Right? It's overwhelmingly positive on Steam. Yeah, it's a very good game. I will personally say that it's my favorite cave game. Like, it's just very well done. So yeah, it's my recommendation. You're sold? Nice. Basically, what you need to know about Dodonpachi is that it has a series of games and also a series of versions of those games. But basically, the main versions are Donpachi, which is the very first one, Dodonpachi, which is the second one, Dodonpachi Daiyosho, the third one, Dodonpachi Daifukatsu, which is the one that I told you, well, Resurrection being the Steam name, and Dodonpachi Sai Daiyosho. Those are basically the main entries of the Dodonpachi series. And each entry tends to have an arranged or multiple arranged versions. So for example, Daifukatsu has a black label version that instead of having 2 loops, it only has 1, but the difficulty is a lot higher. And thankfully, the Steam version of Daifukatsu includes the original version, the arranged version, an event version, and the black label version, and also novice versions of them. So basically, you have a lot. You have a lot of content to go through, and a lot of different challenges to do. Ooh, that was so close. Fuck, but yeah, this is the strategy. But I'm glad you're sold on it. And as I said, if you like that game, there are so many doors that open in front of you. Obviously, the other Dodonpachi games are the obvious thing. Like, if you like that game, you're gonna like most of the other Dodonpachi ones. It's $30 on Steam, but $15 on Nintendo Switch. Really? Well, I really can't say, because when I bought it with a regional price, and my regional prices back then were extremely cheap. I really wouldn't be able to tell you how it is in other stores, but yeah. I don't think there is really that much of a difference between the versions, so you could get whichever one you want, though obviously getting it on Steam gives you more freedom in terms of inputs. But that being said, I wouldn't buy it outside of a sale. I will wait for a sale to come. I mean, since basically the Christmas sale is right around the corner, I will just wait for the Christmas sale. They usually tend to be like 75% off, something like that. You put it on your wish list, nice. On cave games, nice, I got it. Nice. Well, now I have to again thank you, Mr. Coffin, for giving me this strategy. Because I wouldn't have done it without knowing that. Maybe I would have figured it out, but I have my doubts if that was even the case. But yeah, let me tell you as well that if you want to add to your wish list as well, there are other 2 Steam games made by Cave that also are like this one, that include multiple versions and practice options and all of that, which are Dead Smiles and Mushihime-sama. Dead Smiles is a horizontal shoot 'em up. It's not vertical like most of them. Well, most of them. I will say, yeah, most of them are vertical, but hey, it's a horizontal one, and it's arguably even easier than Dodonpachi Resurrection, and it also has loads of challenges you can do. But yeah, it is horizontal, which is something that you might not like, but it's there. And then Mushihime-sama is a very classic shoot 'em up. Basically, it's a game that it's very simple. There aren't as many objectives as Dodonpachi, but it's good for novices as well. It has difficulty options, and it does have different versions inside of the Steam game, I mean. But yeah, those two, you're gonna go bankrupt on the next Steam sale? Maybe. So for now, I will recommend you to just get Dodonpachi Resurrection, because if you don't like that, I don't think you're gonna like Mushihime-sama or Dead Smiles. So I will just say wait. Well, wait in the sense that get that one whenever you get it, and then if you like that one, get the other two. Because shoot 'em ups are not for everyone. Shoot 'em ups are very hard games. Like, and I say that including myself. Like, shoot 'em ups are, I wouldn't say that they are for me even. I like them, but shoot 'em ups are made for people that don't mind putting hundreds of hours into them, which is something that I wouldn't do. But you can still enjoy them even if you don't do that. Just that you wouldn't enjoy the biggest challenges they have to offer, and obviously some shoot 'em ups, just to beat them normally, they require you to be that good, right? But yeah, that being said, you first need to know if you like them. That's the first step. I also wanted to get Sekiro, Lies of P, Omori, Into the Breach, and Silksong. Well, I have good news for you. Silksong is not gonna come out for at least a decade, apparently. So don't worry, your pockets are safe for that one. Now, if we're talking about the other ones, well, I don't know what Into the Breach is. Omori, for what I understand, is a game that is very similar to Mother, the Nintendo game. If you like that game, I will assume you will like Omori as well. I don't think it's a hard game. It's basically just one of those games that has a lot of storytelling and places importance in characters and character development. But yeah, I think the gameplay is similar to Mother, well, or Earthbound if you know it by that name as well. Sekiro is a very good game. I can vouch for that game. It's basically Dark Souls, but with a lot more movement. Because in Dark Souls, one of the things that Dark Souls is known for is having very limited movement. It's not like you are Dante from Devil May Cry doing all this sort of acrobatics and all this crazy stuff, crazy moves on the screen. You have a very limited movement, which makes the game challenging. Well, Sekiro is not really like that. Sekiro has a lot more freedom, but the encounters, especially some encounters, are quite hard, but it's a very good game. A big fan of Dark Souls and Elden Ring, no doubt. Will Sekiro be amazing? Yeah, I mean, Sekiro is just a very solid game. Like, even if you didn't like Dark Souls, like, I will still recommend it if you enjoy challenging games. I can't really say anything about Lies of P because I haven't watched it or played it, but yeah, it's supposed to be a Souls-like as well. Yeah, FromSoft seems to be very good at making games nowadays. I personally like all of the Dark Souls games. I haven't been able to play Elden Ring, but simply because my computer cannot handle it. But even if it could handle it, it's still very expensive. And at one time I would like to play Demon Souls, which my PC also cannot handle, neither the PS3 version or the remake. Elden Ring is amazing. Yeah, I basically heard nothing but good things about Elden Ring. But yeah, my PC cannot handle a game like that. It's a very hungry game in that regard. And another one that I couldn't play is Bloodborne. And that's because even though I have a PS4, I don't really have it here. I have it in my previous apartment. Well, in my first apartment actually. But that's where my sister lives, so my sister is using it currently. But even if that wasn't the case, I feel like for Bloodborne it might be better until it releases on Steam in the year 2040. Simply because playing a game like that at 30 frames per second feels a little bit annoying. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I haven't tried the PS3 version, but I heavily doubt I can run it. I won't try now simply because we are approaching summer. But yeah. I think it's better to wait more. But yeah. From Software games are pretty good. But the thing is that shoot 'em ups are basically nothing like that. Because even games like Dark Souls, Sekiro, Elden Ring, all these games hold your hand to a degree, right? Like in the sense that they are games that pose a challenge, but they give you the tools that even if you are not very good, you will eventually persevere by brute force. In the case of Dark Souls, for example, assuming you are not very good at the game, eventually you will level up enough and you will kill weaker enemies, right? Even though you still need to be relatively decent at dodging. For the most part, you can brute force your way out of it. In shoot 'em ups, that's not really a thing. In shoot 'em ups, it's like they are games that don't hold your hand. They never hold your hand. You know? They are games where basically the only thing that is like motivating you to keep going is yourself. Like the game itself doesn't really give you that much of a motivation to keep going, except for, you know, being able to clear the challenge, which for many that's motivation enough. It's not like the game, if you die 100 times, they are gonna be like, okay, look, we're gonna make your shot stronger. No, shoot 'em ups are the same whether it's the first time you play them or the 1000th time you play it. The only thing that changes is you getting better at them, but the game is always the same. So that motivation to get better is something that you have to find within yourself. Which, well, if you're used to hard games, maybe that's not a problem. Well, especially since I'm pretty sure you're a fun game player, and these games also don't hold your hand. But there is a very big difference. Fun games, for the most part, have checkpoints. So once you beat a part, you can forget about it, and you can focus on the next one. Shoot 'em ups don't work like that. Shoot 'em ups are a complete game that you play in one go. So if you beat the first 3 stages, but you get fucked on the 4th one, you don't start from the 4th one, you start from the first one. Well, obviously you can, the game that I recommended to you has a practice mode, so you can start from there to practice it. But in a real run, you need to start from the beginning every time you fuck up. So that's a problem. Play like around 500 fun games, not the most, but not nothing. Yeah, I can see that. But essentially, what I'm telling you is that you don't have the checkpoint factor in shoot 'em ups. Shoot 'em ups are like, you know, I don't know if this is a good comparison, but they are like a race, you know? In a race, you can basically, like, let's say that you are a Formula 1 driver. You can do 10 laps on a race that has 50, right? If you crash on lap 11, it's not like you're gonna restart from lap 10. You are out of the race, right? So you will have to compete next year. Well, the advantage is that for shoot 'em ups, you don't have to wait a year. You can restart immediately. That's something good they have over a Formula 1. But yeah, the point is that it's basically all or nothing. That's how shoot 'em ups are. You either get it all in one run or you don't get it. But yeah, that's something that requires discipline, if you want to call it like that. Like, to be able to be like, fuck, I fucked up the run, I need to restart. Like, that's something that can be frustrating. Well, can and is frustrating. But it's something that is part of shoot 'em ups. And not just of one shoot 'em up, it's part of any shoot 'em up. You know? But you know, then again, it's not like you need to one coin clear if you don't want to. You could just beat a shoot 'em up by feeding coins and continuing until it's over. Obviously doing that is something that maybe it's a little bit pointless, because that's something that anyone can do. But yeah, I mean, you can enjoy them at your own pace. Nice. Alright. I'm done with that checkpoint. I don't think... Well, that champ is probably possible, but doesn't seem worth to do. Oh, you go up there, okay. But yeah. Again, I don't want to discourage you from playing shoot 'em up. I just want you to mentally prepare. I feel like when you're not mentally prepared for something, it can drive you away a lot. This is motivating more than anything. But I'm glad. I'm glad it is motivating. Nice. Damn, I can't believe I got the end on the first try. But yeah, I gotta say that I'm looking forward. I mean, well, obviously, since you're gonna wait for sale, obviously it's not gonna be anytime soon. But whenever you get your hands on it, I'm looking forward to see how far you can get. how far you can get, not in the game particularly, but I mean, what do you think of shoot 'em ups after that? Whenever someone says I can do something, it's like fueling my motivation. I mean, it's not about not being able to, it's just about knowing what to expect. Like, for example, if someone had told me before I played La Mulana the kind of obscure shit you are intended to do to beat the game, I would have gone with it or with a different perspective. Like, I would have been like probably open to look up a guide. But yeah, I didn't, so I quit the game. I basically played it for some hours. Well, some hours. I think I played for like 15 hours. And eventually I was like, I can't do this, and I stopped playing. But that probably wouldn't have happened if I had known how fucked up it would have gotten. You know? That's the thing. If someone told me, look, there are some puzzles that you're not gonna guess in your whole life, and the game's biggest difficulty is figuring stuff out more than platforming, right? If I had known that beforehand, my approach with the game would have been a lot different. And the same applies to Terraria. Terraria is another game that I quit because I thought it was a game that was gonna be more similar to Minecraft, in the sense that the progression was more about, you know, getting into some environments and after that just keep going forward. But Terraria is a game with a lot of obscure shit, a lot of farming, and a game that is not easy. Because that's the thing, when I think of Minecraft, I don't think of difficulty, because it's not a hard game for the most part. But Terraria is not the same. Terraria is a hard game, even on the easiest difficulty. And my mistake was not picking the easiest difficulty, as well as not knowing exactly what I was getting into. So yeah, I think that those are two good examples of being, like, it's a very bad idea to get into something without knowing too much about it. Because not knowing what to expect creates expectations that sometimes can be relatively accurate, but some other times they could be very inaccurate. And when those expectations are inaccurate, there's basically a very big disappointment feeling that turns you off a lot from whatever you are playing, right? The first Terraria playthrough, I picked a mod that made the game much more difficult, and I picked the highest difficulty in that mod, and you got your ass beat. I didn't go that hard. I basically just picked the second difficulty, and I got my ass kicked regardless. Terraria is a hard game, but I went with the expectation that it was gonna be a 2D Minecraft. And it wasn't a 2D Minecraft. It was much more than that. And when that expectation got betrayed, I got disappointed and I stopped playing. So that's why I think that expectations for games, well, and for anything really, not just games, are very important. Having the right expectations for stuff. And I mean, they are more important things even than games that also require clear expectations to not get disappointed. Like even things like going to university or working or studying a language, for example. These are all things that require the right expectations to avoid I don't know if saying failure, but at least to avoid getting stressed out, right? Obviously with games it's a lot easier, because if you get disappointed by a game, you should stop playing it. But I think that expectations are very important in all ways of life. You gotta be ready for them. So yeah, that's why I'm saying so many things about shoot 'em ups. So you know that it's gonna be rough and the game won't hold your hand. So when you get into it and when you see that that's the case, you are like, okay, let's do it. Instead of being like, what? Why am I getting fucked? Fuck this game, right? And as I said earlier, this game is a good example. If I hadn't seen the delicious fruit score, and if Wasabi hadn't told me that the game is that hard, if I hadn't read the review that says that there are champs that are aligned specific and shit, I will be like, wow, fuck this game, right? But thankfully, I was able to know that beforehand. Especially in a game like this, that has two previous games that have nothing to do with this one difficulty-wise. I appreciate games like that, it's like a puzzle to solve. Yeah, I can see that. Just that obviously there is a threshold for everything, you know. You know that there can be someone that likes spicy food until they try the spiciest sauce in the world and they get absolutely fucked by it. And then they are like, fuck dude, didn't know it was gonna be this bad. And then they get just turned off from spicy food for a very long time. Right? It's all a matter of how far are you willing to go. Because I'm pretty sure, well no, I'm not pretty sure, because obviously I don't know what's your what is your approach with games fully. But I wouldn't be surprised if the first shoot 'em up you play was Ketsui and your first objective was fighting the true last boss, you will basically say fuck this game. Because it is something that is not a joke. Like, you need hundreds of hours, if not more, in that game to be able to achieve something like that. So it's all a matter of how much you are willing to accept, how much of a beating you're willing to accept. And trust me, Ketsui will beat you very badly if you want the true last boss. If a game is fun, I just kinda play it no matter the difficulty. With shoot 'em ups, I don't know, because well, obviously something being fun or not is very subjective. Shoot 'em ups, like, I feel like you can find them fun in the more hardcore sense if you go with a speed, like if you're a speedrunner. You know that speedrunners play the same game for hundreds of hours and never get tired of it? Well, if you go with that mentality, I guess you could have fun. I personally wouldn't find that fun even if it was the best game ever. But, you know, I guess it's something that depends on person to person. Since I do not have a speedrunner mentality, I wouldn't find something like that fun regardless of the game, but maybe you could. If it stops being fun, you stop playing. Yeah, it makes sense. It's hard to tell without trying it. But I think that it's important before going for a challenge like that to try easier challenges. Because it's very easy to get turned off from a whole genre of games just because of one bad experience. You know? Like, it's very easy for that to happen. Like, let's say that you want to get someone into I wanna be the guy fun games, and the first game you make them play is Camellia 3. Like, sure, depending on the person, maybe they could have the mentality of, okay, I'm not ready yet, but I will practice with other fun games to get good enough at it. Sure, that could happen. But I think that in 90% of the cases, someone that has Camellia 3 as their first fun game is gonna be like, man, fun games suck, I'm out of here. Right? Because you're basically... you are giving them quite a challenge, you know? I'm just kinda looking for a game to play for the next 3 days. The next part of Exile season is coming out and everyone is so hyped. A game to play for the next 3 days. The first platform I ever played was the original I Wanna Be The Guy. Yeah, but I Wanna Be The Guy is a game that obviously has a lot of bullshit and it's a hard game, and obviously if you compare it to other platforming games, it definitely offers a challenge. I think that I Wanna Be The Guy does a good job at motivating you to keep going. Because a lot of the checkpoints, even if they are hard, I think they do a good job at being like, you did it, good job, keep going, right? Which is something that I don't think that games like Camellia 3 do, you know? It was free and run on my shitty PC. Yeah, I think that I Wanna Be The Guy is just that good of a game. A lot of people that are now fun game veterans basically say that the original I Wanna Be The Guy wasn't that good, and compared to a lot of other fun games it's very mediocre. But I think some people need to understand that there are some things that are more related to game design from something that goes beyond spikes or bullets or whatever, or even physics, because that's pretty much the most common complaint, that the physics are bad. I think that there are a lot of game design things that go beyond that. And the first I Wanna Be The Guy game does a lot of things right. Even for a game that is just supposed to be a rage game, you know? Even then, I think that it does a lot of things right to keep the player engaged. So, I'm personally a very big defender of the original. Personally, think that the original does a lot of things right. That even games that a lot of people say that are better, fun games obviously, I personally disagree. Like, I personally think that the original one is ahead. Well, no, above is the right word. Like, it's above of a lot of fun games, even the highly rated ones. It's just a very good game. Nice. It was the perfect game for a school setting. I showed my friend the original guy, and when they saw me play, they thought it didn't look bad. I told them to download it themselves on their school PCs, so after a while everyone in my class back then played Guy on their PCs. Obviously, the fact that it was free and it could run in almost any computer is something that cannot be underestimated. I think that the game itself has a lot of merit on its own as well, for keeping people engaged, I mean. Especially if there are many people playing it at the same time, it becomes a cool challenge. Like, I remember when I used to go to the office on my job before obviously being on home office, I remember having a guy that was playing Boshi, and basically because of that I started playing Boshi. And I surpassed him. He got stuck in the Sonic boss. Was able to beat the whole game, but he got stuck there. So yeah. The point is that this kind of games usually, when more than one person is playing it, it's kind of fun to see who gets further first, right? Yeah, things like that are pretty cool. It's like a dick measuring contest that doesn't require you to commit a crime. Well, I guess it's not a crime if the other person wants to see it, but I don't know if that's the case. Wait, I'm an idiot. I'm not supposed to be here. The champ is to the left. This was the first save. At least I didn't hit the save. The game itself might not be the best, but the settings just makes it so engaging. Yeah, for sure. Definitely is. And also the fact that it's a game that you can take different paths. You know, like you don't need to go for a specific boss first. You could go for different bosses. Yeah, there is even that sort of choice. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty sure that's thanks to the Mega Man influence. Well, the game has a lot of Mega Man elements, including the most basic control, which is a champ that you can give it different strength and basically an infinite small shot. And well, the spikes and everything are something that is a very Mega Man thing. Some of the blocks, and well, obviously the fact that Dr. Wily is a boss. So yeah. I think that being able to choose which boss you want to fight first is the Mega Man thing. Just that here it's even better because it's not about choosing a boss in a stage select screen, but rather going there. That's pretty cool as well. The original is pretty cool, that's for sure. I don't know if I want to replay it. Probably in some years. I don't think not yet. I still have so many fun games to play, you know. So many fun games I have not seen. I don't really keep count of how many fun games I played. I do have a playlist on YouTube that is all fun games, and they are obviously all the fun games that I played. But it's not like you can just count the amount of videos, because obviously some fun games require multiple streams. This one most likely being one of them. Wouldn't be surprised. Find it pretty fun to keep a list of every fun game I've beaten. Yeah, I mean, it's very useful, especially to know more or less what could your next challenge be. I personally don't do it because I'm lazy. I don't think I will play a fun game that I already played by accident. I will probably figure that out. But I guess it's better to keep track on your current progress as a player more than anything. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. Also, what you said about wanting to play a game for the next 3 days, what type of game are you looking for? Because I could give you recommendations of that. But yeah, I'm not sure what you will be down to play. I can tell you that playing shoot 'em ups, well, aside from the price that you say that you want to wait for a sale, it's also the fact that a lot of shoot 'em ups might not be enough for 3 days. You know, it might not be the best idea. Might be a little bit too short. That jump is gonna be very hard. These are my favorite games of all time. Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Undertale, Everhood, Darkest Dungeon, Path of Exile, Inscription, Noida. Well, I mean, I will tell you Omori, that's for sure, but I don't know how long that game is. It's just that, well, you also didn't buy it yet. Omori will be the obvious choice for that, I would say. But if you want something that you can just play without buying, what could I recommend? Because there are a lot of turn-based RPGs that come to my mind, but you're not gonna beat those in 3 days. Doesn't have to be free. I know, it's just that if it's a Steam game, you will probably want for a sale. But yeah, I mean, I think that Omori is the obvious choice there. But Blue will have to tell you how long that is. It's just that Blue say that he will be off the chat for today, so yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's the kind of game you can beat in 3 days. I don't know. But yeah, Omori basically is the closest thing you have to Undertale and Everhood, essentially. That might also be short, because obviously you have games like Shin Megami Tensei, but yeah, those games are not short or easy to get into. Turn-based RPGs I find pretty boring most of the time. Actually, the only ones that I found interesting were Undertale and Darkest Dungeon. And have you considered Slay the Spire? Slay the Spire is a deck building game that is kinda turn-based. You play Slay the Spire? Because that's the first game that comes to my mind when you mention Darkest Dungeon. Because of the pain. It's a very painful game. At least to me, it is. But also another thing that I will have to ask you is how many hours you play per day. Because in my case, I only play 3 hours of the games I stream at least per day. But maybe you play more. So maybe I could recommend something relatively longer, right? Maybe. I don't know. But it's pretty different playing 3 hours a day than playing 6 hours a day. You can fit a longer game in there. Well, and it's obviously different if you say that you only play 1 hour a day. Because that will be a lot shorter. I'm trying to think. Games other than Omori, that is. Really depends on the game. I don't play for more than an hour in the past few months, but I haven't found a game that I found to be really good either. I mean, a game that I recommend to a lot of people, though it's a very long game if you want to go for everything, is Celeste. To me, Celeste is the best game ever made. But basically, Celeste is a pure platforming game. So basically, it's nothing like any of the games you mentioned. But obviously, it's close to what the I Wanna Be the Guy experience is, you know? So there is that. To me, Celeste is the best. Oh, you dislike the controls? Well, they are relatively slippery, at least compared to I Wanna Be the Guy. It didn't click? Okay. I mean, the problem is that aside from Omori, there are obviously the games that Undertale is clearly based on, which is Mother. The problem is that Mother is a very long game. Regardless of which one you pick. Hollow Knight. So you enjoy Metroidvanias as well. Okay, that might make things easier, because I could recommend you some Metroidvanias. Though I'm not an expert at Metroidvanias, but I did play a few. Let me think. Hollow Knight was criminally good. I personally am not a fan of Hollow Knight because I don't like dark games. But it seems that you also enjoy that dark aesthetic, considering that you mentioned Darkest Dungeon, Undertale, and Everhood. They are very dark games. Dark, and I don't mean dark in the themes, but like dark in the color. You love Darkest Dungeon? Well, when it comes to dark games, what could I recommend you? Because the problem is that dark games are essentially something that I really don't like. I like when games are colorful and pretty. Was out to recommend you Ravi Rivi, but I mean that game is the opposite of any of the games you mentioned, at least visually. It's a very colorful game, full of very cute girls. Actually, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it is an amazing game. If you're worried about the game itself, the game is fantastic. So I wouldn't worry in that regard. But it's a game that, as I said, it's very, very colorful. And basically, if you... Because I know that there are some people that when they see anime girls, they panic. So that might be a problem if you're not into that. Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you're not into the anime look, it might be a problem. Because the anime is very present in the game. You basically have cutscenes, CGs, and basically it's overall a game that is clearly made for people that like that sort of stuff. Auditions. Let's just say the clear word here. So for me the game is fantastic for doing that because I'm a turbo edition. But I can see some people not being into that. Yeah, Gunshot is a game I was thinking of. It's just that since it was relatively different as a in terms of gameplay, I didn't mention it. But Gunshot is a good game. It's also a very challenging game if you want to go for the true last boss. It's a game that requires some practice, you know. It's not easy at all, so that could also be nice for you. And considering that it's a roguelite... Okay, you are... Wait. Oh, my bad. When you say on your favorite, you mean of games you like. I thought that you meant like on your wish list. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, in that case, you don't, I don't need to tell you how it is, because you know very clearly how it is. Yeah, it's a good game. Enter the Gunshot. Okay, I have a game actually. Crypt of the Necrodancer. That's a game that, well, you're in a crypt first of all. So it's a dark game by default. But it's also a game that is relatively similar to Enter the Gunshot in terms of gameplay. Oh, you finished Necrodance? Okay. Well, I guess not that one. Yeah, it's a very good game. Alright, so Necrodancer is not an option either. Let's see. Oh, nice, I got the checkpoint. Running out of options, actually. Let me think. What could be the case? Well, I mean, these are games that if you play... Well, actually no. First of all, let me ask you something. Because this is a game that most people play, but maybe you didn't play. And if you didn't play, I'm pretty sure that by the games you are mentioning, you will probably love it. Have you played Symphony of the Night? Talking obviously of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. You haven't? Okay. Well, that's a game I would recommend. 100% if you enjoy Hollow Knight, Darkest Dungeon in terms of aesthetic, not in terms of difficulty. And games that are overall dark and also a Metroidvania. I guess the only bad thing about Symphony of the Night is that it's not really a hard game. Like, the difficulty is more similar to Hollow Knight, but if you like Hollow Knight, I don't see why you wouldn't like that one. And that's a game that I don't like Metroidvanias that much, but I enjoy that game a lot. And it's a game that you could beat in 3 days though. You could beat in 3 days assuming you have 3-hour sessions or more. If you play an hour a day, you're not gonna beat it in 3 days. But that game is very good. I mean, just to put things into perspective, Symphony of the Night is pretty much what most modern Metroidvanias are based on. So yeah. I didn't play Blasphemous actually, so I wouldn't know. Though if you like Blasphemous, another thing that I could recommend you is Balfaris. It's not a Metroidvania or a roguelike, it's a regular platforming game with combat. I haven't played Blasphemous, yeah, me neither, but I did play Balfaris and I can vouch for that game. That game basically has almost the same type of graphics as Blasphemous, and the gameplay is relatively similar to Contra, I guess, if you want. I wouldn't say Contra, but I mean, it's basically a game where you shoot and also you have a melee weapon, but you have a checkpoint, so it's not like it's a game that you have to start all over again if you fuck up like Contra. Basically a game with checkpoints where you shoot people. Essentially. It's a good game, and it's also a game that if you have like 3-hour sessions you could beat in 3 days. But yeah, it's not a Metroidvania, it's a game with linear progress. You also have weapon upgrades. But yeah, the pixel art is extremely similar to Blasphemous. I personally could recommend you that. It is a good game. But yeah, that is if you want to go for something more linear. A Symphony of the Night, obviously, if you want a Metroidvania. But yeah. That depends on what you're in the mood for. But I can vouch for both games. I think that Symphony of the Night, if you like Metroidvanias, is a must-play game. Like, I personally don't, and I still played it. But if you're a fan of Metroidvanias, that game has to be a game you play. I don't know how I died there. I always wanted to play Super Hexagon. With Super Hexagon, the thing about Super Hexagon is that it's in theory, it's a short game. In the sense that you just need to beat a level that is equivalent to playing, I don't know, a Dance Dance Revolution song and full combo in it. But obviously doing that is very hard. And it's a very repetitive game as well. I wouldn't recommend it, but maybe it is the kind of thing you enjoy. It's not a bad game, it's just that it's extremely repetitive. Oh, you already beaten 2? Yeah, but the thing is that the game gets a lot harder. I don't remember how many levels I beaten, but I did beat a couple. But at the end the game gets super hard. In fact, I could tell you, because I mean I have Super Hexagon on Steam. Oh, but I don't have Steam open. I don't know, maybe Yami remembers which stages I beaten. I think I beat the first 3 or something like that. Or maybe the first 2 as you did. But yeah, like the game gets extremely harder after that. Yeah, maybe I should beat 2. Maybe I haven't beaten 3. But yeah, like there are 6 stages in total, and they just keep getting harder and harder. So I wouldn't recommend you to do it. At least you know what you're getting into, because you already played it. I personally wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, at the same time, it's not as much of a commitment as playing like full-fledged games like Symphony of the Night and Valfaris, I guess. Like if your issue is that you don't want to commit too much, I guess it will be a good idea. But yeah, those 2 games I think will be my recommendations for you. Symphony of the Night and Valfaris. I feel like, at least for 3 days, seems like a good choice. So it's important if you play Symphony of the Night to go with the mindset that it's a game that it was. I mean, it's not like it's a game that was the first of its kind, but it pretty much is a game that inspired almost any Metroidvania that came afterwards. So even if Metroid did it first, well, I don't think people consider Metroid a Metroidvania. But the point is that, well, I don't know if they do or not. Regardless, the point is that You need to understand that it's a game that they didn't have games like Hollow Knight to compare to. So obviously you might think, wow, everyone thinks so highly of this game and Hollow Knight is so much better than it. It is a game that released in 1997, I think. That being said, I still think that the Symphony of the Night, ignoring Ravi Rivi, Symphony of the Night is the best Metroidvania I ever played. But yeah, that's because, as I said, I'm not a fan of Hollow Knight. But yeah, it's a very good game. But again, it's something that for what you are telling me, I don't know if you are gonna fully like, because it's not a game that is super hard. It's only hard at some point when you are getting stronger and some areas might be stronger than you. But at some point you get so strong that you just fuck everything in your path. And that's something that might turn you off, considering that you enjoy challenges. I don't think it's that much different from Hollow Knight. Because aside from the very final extra challenges that Hollow Knight has, for the little that I remember, because I played it some time ago, Hollow Knight at some point becomes quite easy when you are prepared enough. Well, and I guess that applies to most Metroidvanias in a way. You know. Okay, I don't know what you will think of it. All I know is that I think it's an amazing game. And while most people do, just because most people think that doesn't mean you are gonna think that. But yeah, I like it. I'm a fan. But then again, it also helps that I'm a fan of Castlevania. If instead of being a Castlevania game, it was a Duke Nukem game, maybe I wouldn't like it. And you will think, why would Duke Nukem make a game like that when it's a shooter? But hey, you never know, bro. A lot of franchises change genres. It will happen to anyone. Also, nice checkpoint. But yeah. Castlevania is a series that I like a lot. Well, in fact, I plan on playing another one of the Metroidvanias from Castlevania after I'm done with this game, which I don't know when that's gonna be because the game is proving to be hard. But yeah. Well, in fact, the game that I'm about to play is a game that a lot of people agree that is a good game, which is Area of Sorrow. It's the last Game Boy Advance game that was released for Castlevania. The other two were something. They weren't great, but they were cool. Yeah, maybe the last one in the trilogy is gonna be very good. I don't know. We will see. Well, Castlevania as a series is something that you could also get into. Though, judging by your tastes, I probably will recommend you exclusively any game that released after Symphony of the Night. Well, obviously including Symphony of the Night. Because the Castlevania games before that are pure action platforming games. And the movement is something that can turn a lot of people off. personally didn't turn me off. I don't know. But you also have to take into account that you probably should stay away from Castlevania 2. That game is bad. But yeah, the first Castlevania is an absolute classic. Like, if you dare to play, well, a game that released almost 40 years ago, if you dare to do that, I would also recommend to play the first Castlevania, which is also a relatively short game, since I mean the length of that game is defined by how much you're gonna take to beat the levels, since they can be hard for someone that is not used to it. The first Castlevania for the NES, it's, I think, a good idea if you just want to play a quick game. You're definitely gonna be able to beat it in 3 days, that's for sure. I can't believe I died to that champ. That's the easiest champ of the checkpoint. And I died to it. I don't believe it. It's okay. Yeah, that's a game. Castlevania 1 is one of those games that makes me want to play it and beat it in one go. As in, you beat it without using any continues. Something that I really want to do. It will need some practice. Thankfully the game is not long enough to make practicing hard, so I guess it's something that I can do. But not yet. First need to play the other Castlevania games. The ones that I haven't played yet, of course. That's very important. Alright, can you not die here? Thank you. This checkpoint wasn't that bad, all things considered. You test play Daifukatsu? You play the arcade version, or did you download the demo? Just have to stop getting cornered. Yeah, that's something that is a concept in shoot 'em ups, especially more classical oriented shoot 'em ups. Most of the normal enemies on the screen are gonna target you. So what you want to do is move across the screen as slow as you can, so they, at the time you are dodging, they are also getting killed, so they eventually stop appearing. And when you're about to run out of screen, you restream them, which means you go fast to the opposite edge and then you start doing the same thing but to the other side. Ideally you want to do that when most enemies are dead, because otherwise there will still be bullets out there that will hit you. But yeah, you basically want to go into one corner and slowly move to the side. And when you see that there are not that many bullets or enemies, you quickly go to the other edge and do the opposite of moving to the other side slowly. Obviously that's oversimplifying it, because a lot of patterns are more complex than that. But that's basically like a very basic technique of shoot 'em ups. It's streaming bullets and obviously restreaming when you change the direction, right? Well, it doesn't have necessarily to be changing direction, it just has to be going back to the edge. Whether the edge is the opposite one or the same one you started, it's still, I think, considered as a restream. Celeste is best. How dare you talk about Undertale while I'm not here? I mean, we were talking about games to recommend, and one of the games was Omori. But since Coffins wanted to play for 3 days, I don't know how long Omori is, but since you played it, maybe you can tell us if you can beat that in 3 days or not. Symphony of the Night is that one game where you get around fast like Sonic. Well, you can turn into a wall and go fast. So I guess. Erdomori is pretty long. And maybe it is. I mean, after all, if it's based on Mother is a long game. I mean, I guess Undertale is also based on Mother, and it's a very short game. Relatively. I don't know. You can beat anything if you go fast enough. Yeah, but we're talking about a first-time player, mister. We're not talking about a speedrunner or someone that has prior knowledge of the game. We're talking about a blind player. Well, blind as in that he didn't play before. Nice. You don't go to an expensive fancy restaurant and then speedrun eating the stick. Yeah, I agree. Usually want to taste the games. Yeah, savor it indeed. Hey, you're only blind once. That is true. Yeah, I guess looking at it from that perspective, it wouldn't be a good game to play in just 3 days. No, I guess in that case, my recommendation will be the first Castlevania game, like Castlevania for the NES. No, you probably are not gonna like the controls, but it's a game that is relatively short, but it will still take you 3 days to beat if you want to get used to the game and the controls. And if you like that game, it opens a lot of possibilities because there are a lot of Castlevania games like that one. Talking about video games. No, Blue, we are not talking about Melusins, don't worry about it. And not now at least. Don't worry about it. Melusins are not a part of the conversation. Yeah. Keep your pants where they are. Yeah. Will be nice to talk about Melusins. They are really, Donpachi Resurrection, try number 2. Alright. Good luck. Yeah, earlier in the stream I was talking about that amazing drawing that I sent you, which is, by the way, very good. I enter this knowing I will get fucked, and here I am getting fucked. Is that what the Melusines tell you? No, see, the Melusines look at the world in a different perspective. Like basically, they look at the protagonist and they see a gigantic monster, for example. So they don't see those topics that you are mentioning as we do, which is the reason why the image that I sent you is an innocent picture. There's nothing weird about it, because they don't know what they are looking at, you know? What do they see Paimon as? I don't remember, actually. I wish I remember, but I don't. They do say what they see her as, but I can't remember. But yeah, it's like something completely different. I'm sure Klee wouldn't know either. And you had to go there. Of course you had to go there, because you couldn't help yourself. Pay attention to the story. I don't know, I think that they see her as a... I mean, I don't know if it's this exact animal, but part of my memory tells me that they see her as like a flying whale, but I might be talking out of my ass. I don't remember. I think I remember like something that is like a flying something, that like a flying animal. But I'm not even sure if it's an animal. Something like that. They call her fat. Well, her clothes make her look fat. So, you know, especially for her size. And that's just the clothes being very bulky. I guess. Proper term is thick. I mean, I think in this situation it doesn't make a difference, you know. I didn't see that spike, what an asshole. I mean, I saw it when it was too late. So, even if I had champ over this, look at this champ here. I probably would have died regardless, just in a different place. Yeah, that champ is gonna suck balls. Man. So I gotta say that if it wasn't for this conversation of video games, I probably would have insulted this author 100 times already. But I like talking about games. That's the good thing about it. Being distracted, talking about nice things, makes me forget how fucked I'm getting. No dev bash. Well, I bashed him earlier. I mean, I guess it wasn't that big. It was still a bash, you know. It was bashing enough, I think. I will believe. Yeah. See, the problem of that is that you're gonna be falling very fast. And you need to cancel at the right time. Or cancel, you need to double jump at the right time, but you're also supposed to do it so little. Believe in Bash. Which Bash? Bash Stampede? That guy is pretty badass. Not the remake one though. What's fun games without comments directed to the game dev once in a while? Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was playing Boshi, I was insulting Solgreen every second. So yeah, it is indeed the case. Gabi makes devs cry? That's not true. In fact, I remember a lot of indie games being very thankful that I streamed their games. You know? But yeah. No dev has ever gotten angry with me. At least not on the chat. Maybe they were despising me on their own. But yeah, that's something that I wouldn't be able to know. They should be grateful, those ungrateful little shit. You think so? But yeah. I didn't really have devs in chat very often. Usually the devs that appear in the YouTube comments, but there aren't that many of them. Don't fuck with web devs. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, well, I don't know, any game that I played would have been made by a dev game, a web dev I mean. But I didn't really play a web game on stream. So technically, and that champ is so ass. Very ass. I mean, that's part of the course with this game. Like, this game is full of shit champs. Just that, as I said, since I was distracted talking about games, I didn't have enough time to say how shit they are. But yeah. I mean, I gotta be thankful for Caffeine for making me talk about video games, because otherwise, I think that right now I will be very frustrated. I will be very frustrated if it wasn't for getting a little bit distracted. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice. All devs are web devs in denial. This medley sounds awfully better than the ones you played before. I disagree. I think the instruments of this medley are bad. The songs themselves are not a problem, obviously, but the instruments used, I didn't like them. I hate this game when I played it. Let me see what rating I gave it. Well, I don't leave ratings on Delicious Fruit. I never do. You gave it a 4 out of 10? I mean, sounds about right. I guess that a lot of fun game developers have to be thankful that I never rate fun games. Because especially, there are a couple of fun games that are very well rated that I think that are garbage. Well, not garbage. Garbage is an exaggeration. I think that they are mediocre at best. But yeah, they gotta be thankful I don't review. So Blue, that's the name of a Pokemon, Mr. Blue. Weren't there a couple of fun games you were close to making an account? Yeah. I wish I could remember the name of the fun game. There was a fun game that had Kokoro from Touhou as the final boss. And that fun game, I thought it was so shit. Well, the fun game itself wasn't a problem. The problem was the final boss. The fun game on its own was okay. But the final boss appeared and I was like, how do people like this shit? You actually get banned for that? Or what? For leaving a bad review? I mean, it's not like I will leave a 1 out of 10, but... you know... I will still get... a little bit discharged. But then again, it's not like getting banned from Delicious Fruit is something that I will give a shit about. I don't even have an account in the first place, though. A little bit hard to get banned without an account. 2 out of 10. If you make an account and leave a bad review right after, they ban you with the reasoning of target harassment. Huh. Interesting. Well, I guess it's... I mean, there are a lot of fun games that I could leave good reviews from. A very good example is Boshi. I could choose, you know, leave a 9 out of 10 in Boshi because I really like that game. Well, it's still my favorite fun game to this day. So, you know. Drano asking for receipts. I mean, I guess it also depends on what the review was about, you know. Because, I mean, if the review says something like, I don't know, like they say to the creator something like, you're an asshole, fuck you and all your family, like, that makes sense to categorize it as target harassment. You know, regardless of the score of the review. So I guess it depends on the content. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a rule, it's just that it depends. Was a popular game and he gave the game a 1 out of 10. Do you remember what game it was? We're trying to remember. Do you remember some details of the game? Well, not like I'm an expert in fun games, so maybe I played it, I don't know. Probably not, though. I died in your game, now you die in real life? Yeah. That sounds like a badass comment indeed. Very badass, I will say. Wait, I almost fucked up. You're supposed to go to the right, and I almost went back up to the first checkpoint. I mean, back when I got up there. I gotta be careful about that. I will be very dumb. Basically, you go here and then you fall. Oh, but that jump looks hard to do. Then you're supposed to fall to the left of that spike and then jump to the right instead of jumping down directly. Something like that, but better. Wanna be the target harasser? I don't think harasser is a word, mister. I can't remember the name, it happened like 2 years ago. Well, at least we can discard that it's any game released within 2 years from today, so I guess we have a better scope to work with, though we still have like more than 10 years of fun games to sort, but hey, it's better than nothing. The grammar police. What you mean grammar? That's not grammar. That's orthography, it's not grammar. Mister, come on. Was an adventure game like 50 difficulty? Was 8 or 9 on Delphrut? Well, I mean, the first games that come to mind are the ones that are made for like a yearly collab. Like, for example, I Wanna Find a Cure or something like that. Those are the first games that come to mind with a description like that. Don't we all? Well, depends, a cure for what? Yeah, maybe. Wait, couldn't I just jump here? I can just do that. That should be easy enough to do, right? That jumping from there. Okay, yeah, that's easy enough to do. Well, should have found out earlier. It was by a single guy, not a collab. I can think of I Wanna Find My Destiny. Maybe. Domu. So those are the games coming to mind right now. The games that I played as well. I Wanna Kill the Guy, I guess. Games like that. You can target harass a collab. I mean, the question is if you remember it being an adventure fun game or a needle or an avoidance. That would also narrow it down a little bit. Maybe. Oh, you said adventure? Oh, okay. I didn't remember. Well, yeah, those that I mentioned are adventure, like Domu, I Wanna Find My Destiny, and the other one that I forgot. Those are all adventure games. Well, adventure games that are around that difficulty with that score. Oh yeah, you mentioned Kill the Guy as well. Yeah. Wow, this jump looks horrible. At least after that you get the checkpoint. Wait, how did I do this the first time? Oh, okay. I don't know how I was able to do a short jump here. Too many target harassers brought the score down. think so. It could be. But yeah. So it's fine. I mean, because I think that even if you remember the game, the real question is what did your friends say? Because I mean... you wanna find this now? Is that a fun game? What kind of fun game is that? You wanna play it? It will be a cool name for a fun game. I wanna find this now. It will be cool. The only game with find that I know for now is I wanna find my destiny. Very good fun game, by the way, and it also fits your description of an adventure game with like 50 points of diff. Well, actually no. No, that one is more than 50. Yeah, maybe, okay, never mind. I don't think it's 50. It's like 60 probably. Or something like that. Well, close enough. Nice team. That champ was legendary. Legendary. Panasonic Blu-ray. That's a game I played. That is indeed a game I played. Oh, wait, your friend didn't like that game? So it was a pretty cool, fun game. I mean, no offense to your friend, but that... I don't know how he couldn't like that fun game. I mean, it's been a long time since I played it, so I obviously don't remember it super well, but... Oh, I remember that fun game is pretty good. You know? It was brand new to fun games. Well, I will personally, I mean, maybe this is not the right attitude to have, but I feel like if you are new to fun games, maybe you shouldn't be leaving reviews. I mean, maybe that's a little bit of an asshole idea, because I mean everyone has the right to leave a review, but I personally think that for fun games, because I mean with fun games I think the saying you are as good as your competition is very true. Because for example, a game like Domu, for example, Domu is a game that has a lot of things that you look at and you think, wow, this is horseshit, or this could be a lot better, or, you know, there are a lot of things you can polish, right? But it's about rating it inside of the fun game environment. Like, if you compare a game like Domu to a game like, I don't know, Celeste, or well, I name a random one, I don't know, to Mega Man, to Super Mario, to whatever, right? Like, yeah, a game like that will fall flat, I guess. You need to compare it to other fun games. And the other way to compare it to other fun games is by playing other fun games. So a game like Domu, when you play a specific number of fun games, you realize that Domu is an amazing fun game. Even if you don't like the contents of the fun game, that fun game is well done in almost every way possible. You know? And I think that Panasonic Blu-ray, even if it might not be at the level of fun games like Domu, it's a game that cannot obviously this is a matter of opinion, but in my opinion, you can't just give that game a note lower than a 7. Like, even giving it a 7 feels rough, you know? Because again, we're comparing it to other fun games. So you have a fun game like this one, for example, and a fun game like this one has a 6, 7, something like that. That is what it deserves. You could even argue that it's more than what it deserves. That's because you compare it to other fun games. And for example, sure, you can give this game a 9 out of 10 if you want to, but consider the sheer amount of fun games out there that completely mock this fun game, even within Needle fun games. It will be a little bit weird to give this one a 9. It will still be, you know, it's subjective, so whatever, but I think that you do need to play a lot of fun games to be able to cast a judgment like that. So Colo is back and won the match. Well, congratulations, mister. Hopefully the rain didn't fuck you up too much. I like the game personally as well, gave it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's what the game deserves. Maybe 8.5, but yeah, it's something like that. Oh, you didn't win? Huh. Well, get fucked. Okay. At least I hope that the rain didn't fuck you up as much, regardless of if you lost or not. Hopefully you could handle the rain well. But yeah, regardless, I think that it's like that. To be able to rate fun games, you need to play a lot. It's what I think. And it's also a reason why I haven't rated a single fun game yet. Well, to be fair, part of it is because I'm lazy. But even if I wasn't lazy, I feel like I'm still not ready to rate fun games, because I haven't seen so many fun games that are very important, and I also haven't seen many fun games that are super recommended. A very good example is I Wanna Kill the Guy. I never play that game because I don't like the idea that it's not finished, but that's a game that you have to play if you want to say that you at least know about fun games. Know as in you have experience with fun games. You have to say that. You have to play that. It's a fun game that is way too iconic and influential to not play it. And your judgment without it is not as good as if you already played it. Those fuckers won't pass the ball even if their lives depended on it. That's okay. Maybe on the next match you're gonna get luckier. Or not, I don't know. Anything is possible. Let me check something quick, cause someone... Okay. I'll check it later. Kill the Guy is definitely worth playing for the dance part alone. Oh, I didn't even know it had a dance part. That sounds cool. But yeah. I personally think that you need to play them. To play a lot. To be able to cast an accurate judgment. That part changes a man. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, ouch. Fun games in general have a lot of parts that change you. I think that, for example, Fun games like Boshi made me look at bosses in a different way. Basically, any boss that takes less than half an hour is an easy boss, essentially. That's the level that Boshi makes you go through. Also, I'm not really sure here if I'm supposed to go to the second platform, like the middle platform, or to the lower one. Because if you hit this platform from the side, it's like you can jump here. But I don't know if this jump is possible, if you have enough height to go up there. I have a feeling that I have to go down. Yeah, that has to be the right strat. Just that I need... Yeah, okay, that works. Fuck. This doesn't look easy. Damn it. Man, but what? Look at what comes afterwards, dude. What the hell? That looks super hard. I mean, it looks hard considering that you come from a jump like this. Alright. Well, maybe this is a good checkpoint to leave it for tomorrow. Just that I have no idea how much game is left. Yeah. But at the same time, I think that a checkpoint like this will take me enough time, so it's probably better to leave it for tomorrow. Even if somehow this is the last checkpoint of the game, which I doubt. But yeah, this is a checkpoint that I don't think I can get today, so I think it's better to leave it for tomorrow. Yeah, the game is so far so good, I guess. I mean, it's a very hard game though, but I already knew that, so I guess it's not a surprise. But yeah, I'm gonna continue this game tomorrow. Hopefully beating it tomorrow as well. I want to believe I will be able. But yeah, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more uhuhu Spike 3. So have a good one everyone, and take care.